Well, as you guys know, I love technology and I love where technology is heading in the future. Now, one of those things is 3D printing. Just 20 years ago or so, the word 3D printing was something that science fiction movies may have been saying in their movie plots, right? But now we actually have the technology to do some truly amazing 3D printing for all different aspects. You know, 3D printing machines could be printing human body parts. They can be printing buildings, for fuck's sake. I just swore. Yes, building buildings. I said the same word twice, one after the other. Building buildings with a 3D printer. I mean, wow, there are some really, truly amazing technological things that we could do with this. So today we're going to be talking about the top 16 3D printing technologies coming bloody frickin' soon. Guys, my name's Gareth Walton. We do daily videos on this channel in the studio. Channel 2 is where we're at right now, but of course Channel 1 is where we do fortnightly travel films. So go over there and check us out. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, at TallBoyGareth. All right. So there's a quick little, well, I wouldn't say quick, but there's a very interesting little article from PC World. Yeah, let's read on this right now. The 16 coolest 3D printing applications that we're going to be, again, that the world's going to be seeing very, very soon. Everything from food to fashion to actual human body parts. Now, what do you think this picture is in front of us right now? What do you think it is? If I was to say music, would you be like, what? You probably would be like, what? Because what are you on about, Gareth? Music? That's not music. Well, apparently it is. Don't shoot me, I'm just the messenger. 16 coolest 3D printing applications. 3D printing is the way of the future. It's only getting more accessible, but in addition to new hardware, a great deal of software is being created to match the newer, better, smaller, and more affordable machines that are consistently coming out. Some of the following projects are incredible. My phone just went ping. With people creating everything from food to fashion to actual human body parts. We've said that twice. 3D printed songs. What? Yes, you read that right. Remember when you would watch the trippy moving presentation of the song on your old Windows Media Player? You know, back in the early day when you put on Windows Media Player, there was like trippy acid looking stuff happening. Well, anyway, yeah, just like in the early 2000s, this is like growing up version. This is like a growing up version of that. Rightfully has created software that can listen to your music and create beautiful art from it. What's this one? Reify. So this is basically a plastic in this particular pattern. And when you aim a laser at it, I'm pretty sure, something like that, don't quote me, but when you aim a camera or a laser at it, it can actually play the song by looking at what's been printed. Pretty crazy, right? What's the next one? Look at this, fabric embellishments. What?
Fabric embellishments.
So fashion is often on the cutting edge. So it's no surprise it started to pick up on 3D printing applications as well. Now, what's cool about the one above, though, is that you can actually use the software and materials to create an awesome printed design and then sew it on an existing piece of clothing. It's a really neat DIY and customizable twist. Some of the following projects are incredible, with people creating everything from food to fat. Why are we talking about that again? What the hell? Who wrote this article? Anyway, so yes, these little 3D printable parts that can actually be put on some clothing. I got a text message. There we go. We're all good, everybody. What's the next one? 3D printing bones. This is a very interesting technology, which honestly could change our healthcare, could change how doctors fix patients' bones in the future. This is truly incredible, and I'm excited for this one. Now, do you guys see that little piece of steel right there? That little thing right there. That's 3D printed, so we're going to talk about that. All right, bones. That was a TV show called Bones, wasn't it? Wasn't the actor from Angel in that one? Yes, yes he was, everybody. We'll change the camera angle. What do you reckon? See that grey piece in the spine that the doctor is holding? Yes, we do. That's a 3D printed vertebra. Not just for fun, like an actual vertebra that's going into an actual person's spine. The person is, how do you pronounce this guy's name?
Ming Hao.
Ming Hao. The person is Ming Hao, who was discovered to have a rare bone cancer, and a malignant tumor was growing in his second vertebra, so it needed to be replaced. Now this team of doctors printed him a new one from titanium powder, which is lightweight and sturdy, and its porous structure will help the bones fuse with it over time. So this thing will integrate very, very nicely into the human body, and the body tissue, the bone tissue, or whatever whatever it is. I'm not a doctor, okay? It will grow on top of it, and it will hopefully accept it as a part of the body. And hey presto, you've got a spine again. You can walk. Some people are spineless, you know? They're just walking around the street, spineless people. Well, now with 3D printing, you can be spineless and walk at the same time. All right, don't just ignore me, everybody. I'm being weird and funny and weird. Okay, the next one, 3D printed glasses. Change the camera angle. There we go. What is this all about? Take a minute and think about what you were doing at 13 years old. What were you doing? If your answer is something like picking your nose and barely passing algebra, prepare to feel very inadequate. This cyborg glasses pictured above are a sort of DIY Google Glass type of thing. Created by a 13-year-old, he 3D printed the glasses frames and combined them with some other high-tech gear to create his very own pair of 3D glasses for under $100. Okay, so what were you doing when you were 13 years old? Wow, I was thinking about girls and riding my bike into girls. Not quite, but you know, that's weird. Why would I say that? But yes, there are some 13-year-olds that can do this apparently. God, are they the future Elon Musks? Probably they're the future Elon Musks. Buildings, this is something we talked about before. Build your own home using 3D printing technology. We're talking about future tech right now, but future tech that's already happening right now. Multi-planetary species, us, we will become that someday. We're going to need this tech. I'll get into that in a second. So buildings. People are already creating buildings with 3D printers, but usually by printing pieces of the building that are then all stuck together. The building pictured above is different. I'm different too. I'm awesome. I'm special. Those will be printed in one go. The way smaller 3D printing projects are, with a very, very big 3D printer, if in this case, I'm guessing they're trying to say here, fittingly, when it's complete, it will be located in the United Arab Emirates and house workers at the nearby Museum of the Future. That's awesome. So basically, Elon Musk and NASA and all that, they're trying to take us to Mars someday. And it will happen very, very soon. Hopefully, it will definitely happen soon. I have no doubt about it. We're going to be living on the moon, Mars, who knows where else. It ensures the species, the human race, to not die if a nuclear bomb was to kill all of Earth, or an asteroid or something silly like that, So how are we going to be living on these planets? Well, 3D printers. 3D printers are going to be able to print the houses, the weird future-looking homes that the printer prints on these planets. Now, are we going to be taking huge amounts of material up into space onto these planets, like concrete bags and rocks and sand? No. There's no freaking way we're going to be doing that. These 3D printers on different planets will be utilizing the materials that are already there, the Martian rock, the Martian sand, granite, whatever the hell is there. They're going to be utilizing the materials that are there to build the homes of the future on these planets. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's continue. Sorry for that little rant there. Anyway, back to the article. Musical instruments. That's awesome, right? If you're a die-hard fan of Bruce Willis, it actually doesn't say that, but I just thought I'd throw that in. Okay, let's continue. If you're a die-hard fan of the craft, I've changed the picture to my birds cage for some reason. Forget about that. If you're a die-hard fan of the craft, or you're a purist that doesn't think technology could produce the same type of instrument that a human could, you may not think this one is cool. But in addition to creating replacement parts easier and cheaper than before, this could make musical instruments more accessible, customizable, and beautiful in their own way. So think about it. You know, kids in third world countries that would love to play an instrument. It's kind of their passion as a kid to want to be able to play a piano or a violin, or I don't know, whatever, you know. Imagine, these kids cannot and may not ever be able to buy this instrument to then have this as a lifelong dream to play whatever they want to play. Imagine having a 3D printer in the community that can print these things, and then it's just a matter of getting some strings for the violin, and hey presto, you've got future Mozart living in Botswana, in Africa. I don't know, that's just the random name that came to my head. Botswana? Yes, this is incredible technology. We've got some future Mozarts and future Elon Musks coming our way purely because technology like this exists. If this technology wouldn't exist, maybe these kids might have become farmers all their lives. Think about that. Terrible. Not good. Okay. The next one, shoes. Imagine printing your own shoes. If you were wondering what to wear with that awesome 3D printed ensemble shirt from earlier, here's the perfect accessory: 3D printed shoes. 3D printing makes it easier and cheaper to customize designs, meaning that your weirdly large feet have a home here. You hear that, feet? Do you hear that? We're going to do some running soon. We're going to run to the 3D shop. 3D printer shop? I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Let's continue. I'm a big boy, everybody. All right, I'm a big boy. Big boy. The next one is cars. I love cars, but I'm more of a train person. Tall boy Gareth. You guys can find me on social media there. Trains. Okay, cars. Cars, everybody. What the hell is it we're looking on the screen right now? This isn't the first 3D printed car, but everybody, it is the first one built in one piece from the ground up. How awesome is that, right? It was done on the show floor of International Manufacturing Technology Show in Chicago, and it took an incredible 2 days just to build the body. Even cooler, the design is open source, which means if you've got a good enough 3D printer, you can build your own 3D printed car. Hip hip hooray, right? One downfall of owning a 3D printer for the future is that people are now starting to 3D print guns in America, or other places around the world too, I'm guessing. So yeah, these 3D printed guns made out of steel, they're legitimate pieces of tech. This is a real gun that really can kill people if aimed at that person while constantly, simultaneously pulling that trigger. I'm trying to sound different, weird, but I am sounding weird. 3D printed guns are a problem, but this is actually not getting talked about in this article. But food for thought, that's a bonus piece of content for you guys. Okay, so cars, that was that one. Functional ceramics. Functional ceramics, so like pottery and stuff like that. Besides that precise and intricate look that no ceramic maker would be able to produce by hand. What? This also was made by a 3D printer, specifically designed to produce safe-to-use ceramics. Just a few years ago, that was only possible with an industrial-sized printer, but the artist who created these ceramic pieces spent 2 years designing a smaller, more capable printer. Awesome, right? Robots. I think we're almost towards the end, guys. Robots. Imagine printing your own robot. We're not going to make a futuristic list of futuristic printing things without robots. Obviously not. This robot body was built entirely by 3D printing, except for the motor, which was outsourced from, the motor people. Printing it this way allows for cheaper and stronger parts with no waste of material. So I believe at some point in time, 20, 30, 40 years from now, we probably will have a robot society of robots working with us and helping humans do stuff. Just completely sounds science fiction-y right now, but I think it's definitely going to happen in a lot of our lifetimes. Not everyone's lifetime, because a lot of you will die before this happens. Jeez, that was really mean of me, wasn't it? It could happen to me too. Damn it. We're going to be able to easily print robots, and they'll be able to help us. They'll be able to do all these things, and we're not going to go down that path anymore, but robots, that's an interesting idea for a future video, I guess you could say. Now, what the hell could this be? Well, it's beautiful sugar, apparently. Beautiful sugar. What you see above is the result of sugar, food dye, and creativity. And of course, a fancy 3D printer. Right now, the 3D Systems Chef Jet can make these bright and stunning sugar cubes, or diamonds, or balls in just about any intricate and delicate shape that you can imagine. My balls are made out of sugar too. They're not. Let's continue. God, those balls do look nice. Those cubes. We've got balls on the mind right now. I'm balls crazy. Casts. Let's just say you've just broken your arm, your leg, or your dignity. Maybe 3D printing can't change and can't fix the breaking of your dignity, but it can fix broken arms and stuff like that. Okay. Casts. Pros. You can scratch that itch, take a shower, and have the coolest looking arm piece around. Well, the cons, no cool signatures from your friends or embarrassing drawings that you can't remove. Seems like a pretty clear choice to us. So yeah, basically if your arm is in a cast, you can't really scratch or, there's no constant aeration of the arm, but with this, you're constantly getting aerated. Awesome, right? Wood. Now this is an interesting one. How on earth are you going to 3D print wood? That's a great question, which I would like to know the answer to. Okay, let's zoom out a tiny bit if we can. No, we can't. Can we? Yes, we can. Barack Obama, yes, we can. You can't exactly melt wood down and make it into a liquid material, but my friend, you can do what the company above did and mix a polymer, PLA base, with wood dust. That's an interesting way of doing it, to get this awesome look. We can think of a ton of awesome applications for wood-based 3D projects, but these glasses would look pretty nice with the embellished shirt and those shoes from earlier. One day you'll just dress yourself entirely in 3D printed clothes. Well, I believe that, absolutely. The possibilities are endless with 3D printers. Like, these are things that we can think of now that may happen in the future, that probably will happen in the future. What about 30 years from now? What will we come up with? What ideas will we have to make, cool 3D printed objects? Awesome, right? I think so. Let's continue. Wood. Prosthetic covers. Okay. In case the Iron Man look of the prosthetic wasn't cool enough, now there's an incredible looking 3D printed covers for the prosthetics. It allows amputees to inject some style into their look through their prosthetic, and also to use 3D printing, because why the hell wouldn't you? Let's move on. This one's a really interesting one, and we're almost finished. We're almost at the end, guys. Check out this girl. I know she's... Oh, what was that there? Just ignore that. I know she's got some really pretty lips, but what are those lips about to touch? Technology. They're about to touch technology. How incredible is this? Food. A girl called Chloe basically took one look at the sugar cubes from the earlier post and went, ew, gross. Don't judge us, Chloe. She wanted to make something just as awesome, but much healthier than pure sugar. So she worked with a research team to create what you see above, which is printed dough with seeds hidden throughout. After a few days, the seeds sprout into mushrooms and other herbs and which be eaten. So imagine this 3D printed machine has infused seeds into this dough, and after a couple of days or so, a few days, these beautiful edible things are start to sprout. I mean, wow, what the hell? Amazing, right? I absolutely love this one. This is one of my favorites so far. And I think this is the last one. This is the last one, guys. 3D printing pens. 3D printing pens. Now, by using a filament that hardens quickly, this pen literally allows you to just draw in the air and it keeps its shape as you go. The coolest thing about this project, though, is how much it embodies the spirit of 3D printing. An amazing way for people to create that is just trying to be accessible for everyone. Wow. So there we go, guys. We've got some truly amazing, remarkable ways to utilize 3D printing. What do you think about this technology? What do you think we're going to be, where do you think we're going to be heading with this tech? Let me know down in the comments below on channel 2, but of course we are on channel 1. Give us a like, subscribe, and ring the bell because we do have 2 different YouTube channels and all that stuff. And you know, I need your love. And together, we're going to be making beautiful, lovely babies. I will see you guys tomorrow.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.